When doing handstand walk or handstand hold, it's really important to get upside down consistently. If you consider the handstand walk or the handstand hold to be a skill of its own, that can be worked on separately. And what should also be worked on separately to create consistency is how you get upside down. You can call it kick to a handstand. It's really a push with the front leg to a handstand. You can call it just getting inverted. The point is that we need to try to eliminate as many of these little things that can go wrong as possible, so we end up with a very consistent result when we go to do our handstand. Here are some of my tips in order to get this right the first time. Number one, start with your feet really far apart. Too many people are very casual. They'll stand here and go into a handstand, and guess what? They're not normally good at handstand. Don't stand like this. Get your feet really far apart. We want to get closer to the floor and have this front knee bent, and we're going to rely on this front leg quite a bit to get upside down. So we just want this big bend and a straight leg behind us, and that way we can reach out and look, my hands are being able to touch the floor without a big thud. So this is going to be the first part. Second part, look, I know this feels like you're doing gymnastics and makes you feel special, but you do not need to have your arms up. Having your arms up going into a handstand is completely unnecessary, especially in CrossFit. So put your arms down, let them relax. If you're in the middle of a workout, you don't need to go walking over to your handstand walk with your arms up. Relax with your arms down, and it also helps you get your hands to the floor nice and easy without too much momentum. This can create a lot of momentum. So arms down, and then just let them reach for the floor. Now notice where my hands are hitting the floor is out in front of my shoulders. If your hands are too close to your body this way, your shoulders go forward. Now I have a lot of pressure in the shoulder, and I'm already working quite a bit to make sure that I'm not falling on my face. So let's not reach our hands too far underneath. We want to reach them out just on the far side of our shoulder. Now, if you reach them out too far, you end up thumping on your hands. And anytime you hear sound into your handstand or out of the handstand, that's momentum being lost. So if you hit hard and you hear loud sound, and then you hit soft and you hear quiet sound, these are also inconsistencies. So the best bet is just have no noise when your hands hit the floor. Cool. Now that we got that, let's talk about the shoulder to the back foot. This is a straight line that I'm trying to create. I don't want to bend and fling. Again, bending would bring the foot closer to my front. We already talked about that. So we keep this back, and I want to keep that straight line here. If I hold the straight line, my back leg is not going to fling like a catapult and create a bunch of speed in that back foot, which could cause me to arch or flip over. So now I'm going to go into this, we call it a lever position, hit my hands, and then the back leg to stand up, take some of the pressure out of that hamstring right there, and I can step up and land with my back foot in the same spot. This creates consistency. This is what we're looking for. So now we've got big step, arms down, bent front leg, straight line from the shoulder to the back foot, hands reaching out past the shoulders. Now we need to try to push against the floor to get our body upside down. The way we're gonna start doing this is with that front leg. It's a bent leg, and just like a spring that's been squished down, now it gets to extend. So we start here, big bend, still bent, push, bend, and helps me stand up. So we want to extend the leg by pushing against the floor diagonally downward to push the hips diagonally upward forward, and that's going to buy us some time up on our hands, and then we come down, we rebend that knee, and it bounces us back up into the standing position. Now, head position, super crazy important. If you tuck your head under, it puts a lot of pressure into your traps, your upper trap, into this position here. Now we want to go arms down to the side, hands on the floor, look at the floor, and back down. So now we've got big step, close to the ground, arms down and relax, straight line from the shoulder to the back foot, hands reaching out just a little bit further past the shoulders, head looking at the floor, kind of in between the hands. And then when you guys go up, I recommend you hold a split. It's much easier to hold the split position and find a handstand balance here than it is to try to kick up and then snap the feet together, because you want to look like a gymnast, by going Because what happens is when you push into this, your back leg has momentum. In the front leg, it will just be pushing and be along for the ride. But if it pulls toward that back foot, it slows the momentum by stealing some of it. And wherever your back foot and front foot are, it kind of finds the middle, and that's where your momentum is going to run out. So if you're not in a full handstand balance position quite yet, you definitely do not want to yank your feet together. Find the balance position in the split, and then if you're ready, you can go ahead and do whatever you want with your legs. But until then, try to find the split position, and that's going to help you get upside down. Practice this until you are absolutely 100% consistent, because anything that happens after that will be a lot more predictable to your handstand walk or the handstand hold, to make sure that you're doing the best that you can every single rep.